Well, this review should be fun. Let's talk about I Go Pogo from, let's see. This is based on the Pogo comic strip by Walt Kelly. It was directed, written, and produced by Mark Paul Chinoy. Let's see. And, I guess I can just give a basic plot as, through some strings being pulled by this mole and muskrat character. Basically, they pull strings to get the character Pogo Possum to run for president. So, there's a lot of political humor, I guess. I definitely picked up a lot of hints of social commentary, and I'd be lying if I said that it didn't fly pretty high over my head. I will admit to being pretty politically illiterate. But I try to enjoy it best I can. And honestly, I don't really know what to think of it in the end because, I hardly even understood, all the little details going on in the movie. I mean, I got the basic gist, Pogo, he's the reluctant, he's the reluctant presidential candidate, and, he doesn't want to run for president, but somehow, everyone's, basically, man, I don't even really understand that. I don't get this one. It's a strange one, and, afterward I had to, look up the movie and, other people's opinions just to get an idea, just some kind of idea what the hell's going on, or what they're trying to say with this one, and, I did see that, reviews for this movie are very mixed, and that is exactly how I feel about this movie, really mixed. I guess I'll start with the, positive stuff. So, first of all, we have some really well done clay animation. So, I think this might be the first ever clay-mated movie. And that's interesting considering, animator Will Vinton claimed to make the first ever clay-mated film with, what's it called? Adventures of Mark Twain, yeah. This movie's 5 years before that. I guess he didn't know about it. Pretty under the radar. I thought for what it was, the animation was very impressive. Let's see. We got some moderately interesting characters voiced by some very talented voices. We got a few. We got a few legendary names in there. The first one that jumped out at me is Vincent Price. That actor, I think, needs little introduction. You know him from, all kinds of horror films, and, let's see. What would you say he's best known for? Let's see, House of Wax, The Fly, House on Haunted Hill, etc., etc. The Tingler, Dr. Phibes, and he was also Egghead on Batman. And, yeah, it's kind of interesting because he's like, you see his name, you'd probably immediately think that he's going to be like the main villain of the film, but actually he's more like he's kind of the secondary villain. But yeah, he's kind of the simpering sidekick to, let me see, he voices Deacon Mushrat, who's one of the two guys trying to, trying to get Pogo to run for president, and I think they specifically, they try to get him to run for president because they want him to be, like, easily, or they want a candidate who's easily unelectable. And I guess in the process they also look for, like, or I forget, was it, did they want to, or did the other bad guy, Molester, I think is how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it's literally spelled molester. Anyway, he's kind of the main villain through much of the movie, and he's voiced by Jonathan Winters. I talked about him before when I reviewed Alakazam the Great. If you want to know more about these people, just look them up. But yeah, and if that's not enough, he also voices the character Porky Pine. He's kind of the secondary protagonist of the comic and all that. And then he also voices kind of the character that becomes the villain at the end, Wily Cat. This big, scary cat guy with a shotgun. So yeah, the fact that they got a big name like him voicing 3 characters, and it is kind of interesting because, Jonathan Winters has, like, a very distinguishable voice. He's notable for, like, low voice and the southern drawl, and yeah, it's kind of interesting hearing him voice 3 different characters, and, he actually does manage to do, like, a different enough voice for all 3 of them. But yeah, so yeah, him and Vincent Price are basically the 2 villain voice actors. But yeah, it is kind of crazy that Vincent Price is like the the sidekick antagonist, the sidekick villain, all that. But yeah, to be fair, I guess he's also good at playing, simpering, wimps like Egghead. Yeah, he's done comedic roles too, so yeah. And then, let's see. So, Pogo is voiced by Skip Hinnant, and I guess I mostly know him as the voice of Fritz the Cat. Let's see. And then, let me see. Journalist Jimmy Breslin is in the movie, and he voices a character named P.T. Bridgeport. Yeah, for those who don't know, he's a journalist, and I think he's done some acting as well. Wikipedia mainly says journalist and author, but and apparently he was good friends with the author of the Pogo comic strip, Walt Kelly. So I guess that explains why they used him, and yeah, yeah, P.T. Bridgeport, he's like this, swindling salesman type. I guess he's like he's hired early on in the film as like a campaign manager, and then he makes off with a lot of money, and he actually says the word, should I say it, bastard. Yeah, or bastards with an S. So yeah, that hearing that word suddenly in this generally family-friendly film gave me a bit of a start. But let's see. And then I guess the other most notable name in here, Stan Freberg. I don't know much about him. He voices Albert Alligator, this, I guess, clumsy alligator, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, there's nothing I really know him that well for, but, yeah, apparently he's probably the fourth or fifth biggest name in here. And then the other names I see in here, and, a lot of them I've heard in other cartoons, but, I don't really know much about the actors themselves, but we got Bob McFadden as Howland Owl, Ruth Boozy as Ms. Beaver, and Miss Hepzibah, and then let's see, Arnold Stang as Churchy LaFemme, this turtle character. And here's the thing, I barely know anything about Pogo. Yeah, I barely know anything about Pogo or its characters, so yeah, bear with me here. I'm going into this movie like pretty much completely uneducated about the original work or, any of the commentary they're probably trying to make in here. Although I did also read, it wasn't necessarily supposed to be relevant. I mean, this was the same year as the Reagan-Carter election, and yeah, this came out just a few months before Reagan was elected. And yeah, I don't think they were trying to go for like any commentary with that event. But yeah, I'll admit I don't really know much about anything here, and yeah, I guess that's the main issue I have with the movie, is that I don't really know what they're even trying to say much of the time, or even what's going on much of the time. I guess they're probably trying to go for some kind of, intellectual humor, but yeah, it all just flew over my head, and I guess that's on me, but still. Also, I did read some people did kind of point out their thoughts on the animation. While it's impressive on its own, they do point out that it doesn't really do justice to the art of the original comic, and yeah, I can kind of see what they're saying there too. Yeah, it's just really complicated. Because, yeah, I went into this ready to, like, really like it, because it did seem like the right kind of movie that I can enjoy, with some well-done claymation and, some, I guess, highbrow political commentary and some great voices and all that. But yeah, ultimately it was kind of confusing, and And yeah, I mean, the thing about politics is, I don't really like going into them, even though I have a lot of passionate thoughts about, you know, a lot of what's going on and the state of everything right now. And yeah, it's all very complicated for me, but like I said, I'm politically illiterate, so I'm not really qualified to like analyze all the things they're trying to say in here. And but still, there are definitely some fun aspects to the film. I guess there's some amusing little slapstick when they're not going for like all the highbrow commentary stuff. I don't even know if they were going for commentary. It just yeah. So yeah, it's a weird one, but yeah. Again, there were elements that I liked in this, but yeah, I think there are a few little glaring issues here, and I think as a result, I can't really give this any higher than a 6 out of 10. But, if anything I talked about here interests you, you can give the movie a watch for yourself and, you know, come up with your own opinions. I think for many people who are interested in animation or politics or the Pogo comic strip, I'd say this movie can't hurt to watch at least once. So yeah, very very mixed opinions on this, but it was interesting if nothing else, and yeah. As usual, if there's anything else I need to add, I'll put it in the comments, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that for now. Mash it and smash it, signing off.